are going to study quality of IAS, PCS, DM or SDM post and also other post. Preface to the 6th edition, and this is the book which is Indian Polity for Civil Services and Other State Examination, M. Lakshmikant, 6 new chapters, MC Grohill, 6th edition. You can buy this book, new edition you can buy, and we are going to start this book. You will study, you will prepare for civil services and other state examinations. Okay, now we are going to start this. This is very important exam, Polity for Civil Services and Other State Examinations, and by M. Lakshmikant, former founder director, Lakshmikant's IAS Academy, closed, Hyderabad. MC Grohill. Now we are going to face the 6th edition. I am pleased to place before the readers a thoroughly revised, enlarged and updated edition on this widely read book on Indian polity. I am pleased to place before the readers a thoroughly revised, enlarged and updated edition of this widely read book on Indian polity. I am pleased. The writer is saying, I am pleased to place before the readers, means to submit this book towards readers, a thoroughly revised, enlarged and updated edition of this widely read book on Indian polity. This book is widely read, and in 2011 and 2013 the UPSC changed the pattern and syllabus of the preliminary and main examinations. Means in 2011 and 2013 the UPSC changed the pattern. UPSC in 2011 and 2013 UPSC changed the pattern and syllabus of the preliminary and main examinations respectively. Both times the scope of Indian polity has been considerably increased. Hence this new edition of the book is more relevant now and is aimed to meet the expanded needs of the aspirants. The book is more relevant now and is aimed to meet the expanded needs of the aspirants. Those people who are preparing for the civil service examination or other examinations, they are aspirants, and in the course of revision and updation of this edition of this book, various new developments related to the subject like recent constitutional amendments, parliamentary legislations, executive decisions and Supreme Court judgments have been taken into account. Changes in this edition of 6 new chapters, inclusion of 2017, 18 and 19 preliminary questions with answers, inclusion of 2016, 17, 18 and 2019 mains questions, updation of the year-wise breakup of the UPSC questions in the preliminary and main examination. Updation of the year-wise breakup of the UPSC questions in the preliminary and main examination, inclusion of additional updated information on a number of topics, new items included in various chapters, new chapters, Goods and Services Tax Council, National Commission for Backward Classes, National Investigation Agency, National Disaster Management Authority, role of regional parties, coalition government. I firmly believe that this is now a very comprehensive and updated manual. It is matter of immense satisfaction that the previous 5 editions of this book have received an overwhelming response from readers. I am confident that readers would continue to repose their faith in this edition as well. Constructive comments and concrete suggestions to further improve the book are welcome and shall be gratefully acknowledged. Written by M. Lakshmikant. Preface to the first edition. I have great pleasure in placing this book before the aspirants of the top administrative services. The book has been written to meet the growing requirements of the candidates appearing for the civil services examinations, preliminary and main, conducted by the Union Public Service Commission. It directly and fully covers the Indian polity section of the paper on general studies, and also useful for certain optional subjects like public administration, political science, law, sociology, and anthropology. This comprehensive volume would enable the readers to acquire a complete and detailed understanding of the subject. It covers all dimensions, constitutional and non-constitutional, political and administrative, of the subject. My first-hand experience of coaching the candidates for the civil services examinations has been a great source of inspiration and has helped me immensely in writing this book. An effort has been made to make the contents of the book relevant, authentic, and up to date. The constitutional provisions are explained in the light of the debates of the Constitutional Assembly of India, as well as the judgments of the Supreme Court and High Courts and the High Courts. I have also used tables. I have also used tables to make the presentation more clear. The appendices provided at the end of the book serve as a reference section. I welcome all constructive comments and concrete suggestions from the readers of this book. Now again we are going to understand, this is the preface to the first edition written by the writer, and it is telling about this book, what is given in this book. This is about the civil service examination. I have great pleasure in placing this book before the aspirants of the top administrative services. The book has been written to meet the growing requirements of the candidates appearing for the civil services examinations, preliminary and main, conducted by the Union Public Service Commission. This book has been written to meet the growing requirements of the candidates appearing for the civil service examinations, right? And pre and main, both conducted by preliminary and main, conducted by Union Public Service Commission. It directly and fully covers the Indian polity section of the paper on general studies, and is also useful for certain optional subjects like public administration, political science, law, sociology, and anthropology. So one person who has taken sociology as optional subject, he can also read this book. M. Lakshmikant, who has taken optional subject public administration for giving civil service examination as an optional subject, he has chosen or she has chosen public administration or political science or law, sociology, and anthropology. Any one subject, he can take this book, he can buy this book, and he can study this book. After doing this, he will get the benefit of all these. This comprehensive volume would enable the readers to acquire a complete and detailed understanding of the subject. It covers all dimensions, constitutional, non-constitutional, political, and administrative, of the subject. My first-hand experience of coaching candidates for the civil service examination has been a great source of inspiration and has helped me immensely in writing this book. An effort has been made to make the contents of the book relevant, authentic, and up to date. The constitutional provisions are explained in the light of the debates of the Constitutional Assembly of India, as well as the judgments of the Supreme Court and the High Courts. I have also used tables to make the presentation more clear. The appendices provided at the end of the book serve as a reference section. I welcome all constructive comments and concrete suggestions from the readers of this book. M. Lakshmi Kant. I hope you have understood what you are going to read in this book, what is the syllabus you will get, and which type of exam you can give if you have chosen optional subject as in public administration and sociology, law, political science. These type of sociology, you can read this book. and anthropology. So this is exam, and he told about his coaching institute that he got inspiration by the teaching to the students, those who are preparing for civil services examinations, and it is conducted by this exam conducted by Union Public Service Commission. Now we are going on the acknowledgements. During the course of writing this book, I have received help, encouragement and assistance from my teachers, students, family members, colleagues, friends, library staff and others. I am thankful to all of them. I am particularly grateful to my wife SMTM Vidya for the encouragement and support that she provided during the preparation of the book. I am deeply indebted to the eminent political scientists and constitutional experts Grenville, Austin, Morris, Jones, Casey, Weir, Rajni Kothari, Paul Evley, and K. Sanathanam. All these names are given, and other scholars of the repute whose valuable works has been highly useful in the writing of this book. My thanks are also due to my Mr. Tan Moy, Roy Chaudhary, Mr. Deepak Singh, and other names are given. Anjali Chakrabarti of MC Grow Hill India Private Limited for their unstinted cooperation in bringing out this updated edition on time. So, during the course of writing this book, I have received help, encouragement and assistance from my teachers, students, family members, colleagues, friends, library staff and others. I am thankful to all of them. I am particularly grateful to my wife SMT Mrs. Vidya for the encouragement and support that she provided during the preparation of the year-wise breakup of the UPSC questions on Indian polity general studies in 2000. Number of questions were asked on Indian polity as prelims general studies, 12 questions. In 2001 also 12, 2002 19, 2003 19 questions, 2004 22 questions, 2005 10 questions, 2006 13, 2007 12, 2008 13, 2009 14, again 2010 10 questions, 2011 12, 2012 20 questions, 2013 18 questions, 2014 13 questions, 2015 15 questions, 2006 6 questions, 2017 22 questions, 2018 15 questions, 2019 15 questions. In 2011, UPSC changed the pattern and syllabus of the preliminary examination. In the new scheme, the Indian polity section has been renamed as Indian Polity and Governance. It covers constitution, political system, panchayati raj, public policy and rights issues, etc. Also now each question carries 2 marks, previously 1 mark. Note second, in the above table, the number of questions asked on governance since 2011 are also included. Year-wise breakup of the UPSC marks on the Indian polity general studies means 2000 130 marks, 2100 marks allotted, 2002 130 130 130 100 100 100 100 130 66 66 100 111 47 188 100 112 110 125 125 marks. In 2030, UPSC changed the pattern syllabus of the main examination. In the new scheme, is separate and full appear on governance, governance is other and constitution is other, polity is other, social justice is other and international relations are other. Has been introduced. It carries 250 marks. Note second, in the above table, the number of marks allotted to the questions relating to governance, social justice and international relations since 2013 are not included. Are you getting my point? These are the main topics, these are the main points you have to study in this book. These are the main important points: governance, constitution, polity, social justice, and international relations. Governance, social justice, and international relations. These are the main topics. Now we are going to further about the civil services examination. What is the civil service exam? प्यारे बच्चों अब पढ़ते हैं, आइए सिविल सर्विसेज एग्जाम क्या होता है। द सिविल सर्विसेज एग्जामिनेशन कंप्राइजेज 2 सक्सेसिव स्टेजेस। इसमें 2 स्टेज आती हैं। नंबर 1 सिविल सर्विसेज प्रीलिमिनरी एग्जामिनेशन ऑब्जेक्टिव टाइप फॉर द सिलेक्शन ऑफ द कैंडिडेट्स फॉर मेन एग्जामिनेशन, एंड सिविल सर्विसेज मेन एग्जामिनेशन रिटन एंड इंटरव्यू फॉर द सिलेक्शन ऑफ द कैंडिडेट्स फॉर द वेरियस सर्विसेज एंड पोस्ट। Number 2 civil service main examination written and interview for the selection of the candidates for the various services and post. Scheme and subjects for the preliminary and main examination. A preliminary examination, the examination shall comprise to compulsory papers. Compulsory paper of 200 marks each. The examination shall comprise 2 compulsory papers 200 marks each for pre-exam के लिए 200 and 200 compulsory paper. Both the question paper will be the objective type multiple choice questions. The questions papers will be set both in Hindi and English language. However, questions relating to English language comprehension skills of 10th level will be tested through passages from English language only without providing Hindi translation thereof in the question paper. So are you getting my point? If you want to prepare for IAS if you want to prepare for an IAS exam, you have to learn English language because it will come in CSET part and no Hindi will come in that part. So language comprehension skill up to 10th level will be tested through passage, and it is not too much hard, it is very easy, or only passing marks you are required, no competition there. English language will be without providing Hindi translation. So you have not to worry too much for your exam and you can easily crack this exam. Main examination, the written examination will consist of the following papers: qualifying papers. Paper 1 of the Indian language to be selected by the candidate from the languages including English schedule of the Constitution, 300 marks. Qualifying papers. Paper number 1 of the Indian languages to be selected by the candidate from the languages including English 8th schedule to the Constitution, and it is of paper 1 300 marks. One of the Indian languages to be selected by the candidate from the languages. Okay. Paper B English. The or qualifying papers. These are the qualifying main exam. Written exam will be consist of the following: qualifying papers. Paper 1 and paper 2. These are the qualifying English. The papers on Indian languages and English, paper A and paper B, will be matriculation or equivalent standard and will be qualifying nature. The marks obtained in these papers will not be counted for ranking. So are you getting my point, guys? This is the very important point. It is only for ranking. Papers on Indian languages and English, paper 1 and 2, will be on matriculation, equivalent standard, and will be qualifying nature. Okay. Indian languages, English. There is one. So paper 1 and paper A and paper B, one of the Indian languages to be selected by the candidate. So Hindi and English, paper B 300 qualifying nature. These you have to do. English up to 10th level. English and Hindi will come for this main examination. Written examination will come in this. And next, papers to be counted for merit. Now we are coming for merit, and here competition will come. Competition starts from here. Number 1 paper essay 250 marks. Number 2 paper general studies. So you have to do practice essay writing. आपको essay लिखने की हमेशा कोशिश करनी है, या तो हिंदी में या इंग्लिश में, कोई भी एक लैंग्वेज आपको चूज करनी है. एक हिंदी चूज कर सकते हैं, एक इंग्लिश. 300 नंबर की क्वालिफाइंग नेचर होगा. उसके बाद आपका ऐसे लिखना आना चाहिए जो 250 नंबर का होगा. कंपटीशन भी होगा उसमें ऐसे लिखने में. पेपर 2 जनरल स्टडीज, इंडियन हेरिटेज एंड कल्चर, हिस्ट्री एंड ज्योग्राफी ऑफ द वर्ल्ड एंड सोसाइटी, इंडियन हेरिटेज एंड कल्चर. Okay, 250 marks. Number 2 paper. Number 3 paper, general studies. General studies second, governance, constitution, polity, social justice and international relations. It is also of 250 marks. So governance, constitution, polity, social justice and international relations, this is paper 3. General studies paper 2, and this is 250 marks. General studies paper 1, this is in paper 2nd. Indian heritage, culture, history, geography of the world. History and geography in general studies paper 1. Then general studies paper 2, governance, constitution, polity, just social justice, international relations, and paper number 1 is essay. Are you getting my point? 750 marks total are for competitive exams. Now paper number 4, 5, paper number 4, 5, 6, 7, all these paper will be, and total 1750 marks. And then personality interview 250 to 75 marks, grand total 2025. Paper number 4, general studies 3, technology, economic development, biodiversity, environment, security and disaster management. Disaster, security, environment, biodiversity, development, economic, technology. Paper 4, general. Paper 5, general studies 4th, ethics, integrity and aptitude. Paper number 6, optional subject paper number 1. Paper number 7, optional subject paper number 2. Optional subject 1 and optional subject 2, 250 marks of each. Okay, so 1 is important in ethics and integrity, technology and economic development, biodiversity, environment, security and disaster management, and 1 is governance, constitution, polity, social justice, international relations. 1 is history and geography. History and geography, these are 4 important. History and geography. 1 is essay, 1 is history and geography, 1 is governance, constitution, polity, international relations, and another is technology, environment development, economic development, biodiversity, security and disaster, and 1 is in ethics and integrity, aptitude. Now 2 are optional papers. Paper number 1 and paper number 2 optional. You have chosen anything, you can choose, like I have chosen philosophy right now. And next, subtotal, written test, personality test, grand total, interview 275. You have to gain 151 marks in the interview. Okay, candidate may choose one of the optional subjects from the amongst list of the subjects given below: agriculture, animal husbandry, veterinary science, anthropology, botany, chemistry, civil engineering, commerce and accountancy, economics, electrical engineering, geography, geology, history, law, management, mathematics, mechanical engineering, medical science, philosophy, physics, political science and international relations, psychology, public administration, sociology, statistics, zoology, literature, one of the following. Again you can understand, दोबारा सुन सकते हो, समझ सकते हो. List of the optional subjects of for main examination. Main examination 2 paper will come, 250 marks each, 500 marks. 500 marks will be of competitive exams, merit basis, and agriculture, animal husbandry and veterinary science, anthropology, any one subject you can choose from all these names. Botany, chemistry, civil engineering. You are from civil engineering, you can do IAS, you can become DM. You have taken chemistry, you can do also botany also. By civil engineering, commerce and accountancy, again you can do economics, and you can go into IAS, electrical engineering, geography, geology, history, law, management, mathematics, mechanical engineering, medical science, philosophy. You can choose the philosophy subject, and it is the very best subject. Physics, political science, international relations, psychology, public administration, sociology, statistics, zoology, literature, one of the subject. Okay, Hindi and English, any subject you can choose for the optional subject. Language, literature, any one of the following. Literature, Gujarati, Hindi, English, Urdu, Malayalam, any subject optional. As an optional you can choose also Hindi or English, but I have to choose the philosophy. And now we are going to start this preparation. Contents, we are going to start this content, then we will make notes, Then again we will go towards this exam, list of the tables, articles, basic historical background. British came in India 1600. Traders in the form of the East India Company, which had the exclusive right of trading in India under a charter granted by Queen Elizabeth I in 1765. The company, which till now had purely trading functions, obtained the Diwani rights over revenue and civil justice of Bengal, Bihar and Odisha. This started its career as a territorial power. In 1858, in the wake of the Sepoy Mutiny, the British Crown assumed direct responsibility for the governance of India. This rule continued until India was granted independence on August 15, 1947. With independence came the need for a constitution, hence a constituent assembly was formed for this purpose in 1946, and on January 26, 1950, the constitution came into being. However, various features of the Indian constitution and polity have been their roots in British rule. There were certain events in the British rule that laid down the legal framework for the organization and function of the government and administration in British India. These events have greatly influenced our constitution and polity. They are explained here in the chronological order under the two major headings: the Company Rule 1773 to 1858 and the Crown Rule 1858 to 1947. The first was Company Rule and then was Crown Rule. Company Rule, it was over, then Crown Rule was started. Then in 1857 it was revolt against the Company Rule. Company Rule was at its peak position, because now Crown Rule, Elizabeth was handling the company, East India Company, and they were torturing, they were doing exploitation all the land and people of the India. That's why in Meerut it was a revolt, 1857, Mangal Pandey, and in Bulandshahr also it was done, and at Katle Aam, it is now Kala Aam, lot of people were hanged, young people were hanged by British at Katle Aam. Now it is known as Kala Aam. So Britishers did very wrong things to Indian people. Somewhere they did exploitation. Now we will go all these history, geography and political, and then we have to write all this in question papers. Then we can clear this exam. Don't worry, we are going to make notes, and you will get also notes on Telegraph channel and Sri Haridas IAS. We will make this channel on WhatsApp, Sri Haridas IAS, this type of, and on YouTube, Sri Haridas Institute. Sri Kunj Bihari Sri Haridas. Om Namah Shivaya. Har Har Mahadev. Radhe Om Namah Shivaya. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare. Sri Kunj Bihari Sri